today we are looking at digital brand equity. Uh, in the beginning of the class, does any one of you have any idea of what equity means? If you look at Shark Tanks and other business-related television serials, then there's a lot of equity. The word equity comes around a lot. So does any one of you have any idea of what equity means?
No, sir.
Okay. So equity means like it's in easy words, it will be like the amount of money that will be shared back to the shareholders if like the business have to be sold off. Say for example, somebody has like 10% equity. So that one will be like if the company have to be sold off, then after paying all of the debts and the all the other expenses, what remains, so that person will have like 10% share of it. So it's how shareholders they um, determine their sharing percentage in it. There's their share in it. So that is what is equity is. Equity means it's the sort of like the percentage in the shares, how much a person holds in a company. So um, today we are doing a digital brand equity. Are you clear with that equity? Like at least a little bit.
Ani otegeko vipi? Otaddeko vipi? Later. Maybe then sound. What you want to present?
Are you clear with equity? Okay, so equity in short, it means it's the share. So digital brand equity, it would mean something like how much share a brand holds of the digital world. Okay, we have two more. Okay, so that's what digital brand equity is. We will look at the definition. So digital brand equity refers to the value and strength a brand holds in the digital environment. Like how much share a brand holds of the market, say the market share. So in digital world, it's the influence, how much influence a brand has of the market share. Say for example, in the digital world, it would be like specifically in the digital world, iPhone holds a certain percentage of the market or of the mobile phone market. So if there's a mobile phone market or if there's a market of laptop and computers, then iPhone, Apple, they hold a certain percentage of that market. Just like that, when it comes to the digital world, then in the digital world, the influence that a certain brand has the and with that influence, the value and the strength also it increases. If a brand is very influential in the digital market, it means the um, brand also has to have that value and that strength to influence that market. And with that influence, they can influence the consumer behavior and perceptions. So that is how well a brand is recognized and trusted online, which also directly influences their sales, customer loyalty, and market share. Or we can also say in layman term how popular a brand is in the digital world. Like we all know of out of all beverages, soft drinks and all, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, they are like very popular. So there are lots of beverages, lots of cold drinks out there in the market, but then these are like very popular. And then there will be some brands which are popular locally. A strong brand equity helps organizations to stand out in a crowded marketplace, build robust relationship with consumers, and maintain competitiveness. So Coca-Cola, even after, like, there are so many videos where they showed that Coca-Cola is strong, should not have Coca-Cola and all those, where they clean even um, in machinery the rust that's there. They also clean the rust with Coca-Cola. So Coca-Cola is so strong, the acid, that like it can also clean those things. It can be used as fire extinguisher and lots of other things. So many videos coming up. Then there's mixture of Eno and Coca-Cola and all those videos as well. But even after that, also they still hold the main influence, and they are like running that. Like in yesterday's class, we had that the shift in market influence, the brand versus consumer. So Coca-Cola and beverages like them, they are still holding their position and they are maintaining their competitiveness. So that's what is digital brand equity in particularly in the digital world, in social media, in websites, on YouTube, on other things. So, comparing it with traditional brand equity has been built over years through advertising, PR campaigns, celebrity endorsement, digital. So, Coca-Cola particularly, they have built up the brand equity, the market share through all of these years through advertising, PR campaigns, and celebrity endorsement. Marketing. In a normal company, marketing is at least 30% of the expenses. In certain companies, marketing is more than 70% of the expenses. And in companies like Coca-Cola and other beverages, like specifically in Coca-Cola, if we see, let's try to find out the actual number. Let's try to find out the actual number. Coca-Cola marketing expense percentage. Okay, so first is Coca-Cola does not publicly disclose the percentage of this total budget, this, but then digital media was less than 35. The figure rose to approximately 65%. So this is 70-30-10 rule with a marketing budget, Coca-Cola. But what I'm looking at is how much cost they actually have of, say, production versus marketing versus packaging. So this one is like the market share comparison, or we can say the Coca-Cola equity in the traditional market. So that's what they hold. Coca-Cola holds the 40% market. This one will be specific to some a country because Keurig Dr. Pepper is not available in India. Nestle also. So this one will be beverage. That's what we are talking. But then what we are looking at is statistics. See what the AI has to say. 5 to 8 cents for the bottle and all those, but looking at yeah, okay, not at all a problem. I have already marked you in. So Garvin also, I see that he was the first to log in, and he's back again. Okay, so 10 to 15% of a product cost. So Coca-Cola is just 10 to 15% is a product cost, and maybe they will have other cost for their other expenses, and almost 70% of the cost is marketing cost. So what you are buying for the price, the actual to manufacture that they are needing like less than 30% of the amount. So if you are buying Coca-Cola for 100 shillings, then 30 shillings is what they actually uh, need to produce the drink, the packaging, the bottling, and everything. And then 70% of the cost is for the marketing expense. Of course, there's also profit and everything. So that's a very rough way to uh, look at the marketing expense. So why we are looking at it, because that is the traditional brand equity for Coca-Cola and for other brands, which have been built over years through advertising, PR campaigns, and celebrity endorsement. Celebrities also they, they charge a lot of money. Digital brand equity is anchored in consumer. While that is traditional brand equity, digital brand equity is anchored in consumer experiences, social proof, and online interactions. So consumer experiences is mostly earned media type. Social proof as well are reviews, earned media type. Online interaction is community building. So when we are saying the digital brand equity, then it means that digital brand equity, if we are doing it the right way, then all that we need is to do it in a good way so that we get a lot of reviews. Reviews are building up consumer experiences, social proof. There's also user generated content for which the brand does not have to spend a lot of money versus traditional advertising, PR campaigns. So the digital brand equity, the main anchor is consumer experiences, social proof, and online interaction. So when a brand goes to play to have a share in the traditional brand equity, they will have to go through advertising, PR campaigns, celebrity endorsements, etc., spend a lot of money. Versus if a brand is trying to go for the digital brand equity, then the digital brand equity is anchored in consumer experiences, social proof, online interactions, which of course will need a little bit of time. But with that time, if it's done well, done the right way, then they can gather all of those feedbacks, get people to do user generated content and all those. That's what digital interactions such as user reviews, engagement on social media, and overall online presence significantly contribute to how brands are perceived today. Like word of mouth, like we saw in yesterday's class, we discussed in yesterday's class, word of mouth is what when people they share, they tag. So it works in a chain system, sort of like that. One person share it to another person shares it to the other person. So the ALS, the ice bucket what challenge was a very good example. So what they were doing is they were nominating another person. They will pour ice water on themselves and then they will nominate one or two person. So like that, things were multiplying and then it was becoming like coronavirus. It things can spread like that if the common people are included in it. If consumer experience, social proof, and online interactions are focused by brand. That's why we are saying digital brand equity is anchored. That's not all of it, but then that's the main anchor. So that's the main hook. Key reasons for its significance in today's market is as it enhances customer attraction and retention strategies. People can talk, they will trust, there's feedback, supports premium pricing, and fosters resilience during market fluctuations. It fosters resilience because there's a lot of people, uh, like uh, into it. Just like in the example of, say, Lego block market share. Lego has held the largest share of the global toy market by brand with only in the US, but I think it'll be more than 20% of the shares of the entire blocks market. So there are many blocks available. So there, when we say blocks, like all of these are blocks, we will see a lot of different brand coming up, going off, and then this one is in this is an Indian e-commerce website. It's Aeonix. Then if we see blocks in Amazon, then in Amazon there will be like lots, Grunt, Little Fingers, there's 5B and all of those. But then it's not Lego. Like Lego is Lego. Like everybody knows Lego. This is like ICO, like that. So they are being able to hold that brand equity, that equity in the market because of the customer attraction, and they have that retention strategies. They are doing inclusive marketing, and even in the times of market fluctuations, Lego will have high probability to survive, and that's what we are saying. It fosters resilience during market fluctuations. Moreover, it creates organic word of mouth marketing through satisfied customers, which is invaluable in digital channels where recommendations can reach a global audience. So it's basically the share, the likes, the comments that we do and that they ask in the group. So the key elements in building up a digital brand equity is the brand awareness and its impact. So brand awareness measures how familiar customers are with a brand. High brand awareness leads to being top of the mind during purchases decisions, because when we think phone, then we mostly have iPhone in our mind, maybe versus Samsung. So those are very common brand. When we think laptop, maybe we will think Lenovo, Asus, Apple, Macintosh, and all those. So when we just like when we think blocks, we think Lego. When we think soft drinks, cold drinks, we think Coca-Cola or Pepsi. So that's what leads to being in their purchasing decisions in people. So they are familiar with the brand name. So the high brand awareness leads to being top of mind during purchasing decisions. So in digital world, in digital age, we have to have a strong SEO presence. So search engine optimization happens with the words. So the content, the words that are written, the images also have to have certain titles. Maybe we put alternative text for images as well, and all those. And brand should have engaging social media profiles. So building brand awareness have to have SEO presence, strong SEO presence, and engaging social media profiles. That one will enhance visibility and attract new customers. So when we are doing brand awareness campaign or brand awareness for any sort of brand, we focus on SEO and engaging social media profiles. So that's what basically you will be pitching. If you are pitching to some client, so to that client, you will be saying that, okay, sir, okay, ma'am, you will need a brand awareness. For that brand awareness, you will need a strong SEO presence, and we'll have to have engaging social media profiles. So we will do channel, social media platform selection, maybe Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. We focus on these three because we have to be available. It's not that we want to be seen. That's why we make profiles in all of the social media accounts, and then people are reaching us in those accounts, and then we are not there uh, to reply to it. Okay, just give me a moment. Something important came up. Just 1 minute. हाँ नहीं हाँ নাই নহয় গুৱাহাটীৰ পৰা ইয়াৰলৈকে লৈ আনেতো চিনাকি চিনাকি নহয়, সেইটোতো এনেই এইটো ট্ৰাক ড্ৰাইভাৰ কোনোবা তেনেকা ক'ৰ পৰা ক'ৰলৈকে আনিবলৈ তেনেকা নাই, চিনাকিটো নাই। পেকাৰ্ছ এণ্ড মুভাৰ্ছত তেনেকা আহা এনেই তোৰ এইবিলাক চিনাকি আছে, গাড়ী ড্ৰাইভাৰ চাইভাৰ চিনাকি আছে, কিন্তু সিহঁতেতো বিল চিল এইটোতো পেকাৰ্ছ এণ্ড মুভাৰ্ছ নাছিলতো লাষ্ট টাইম ইহঁতৰ পৰা যোনকেইটা লৈ আনিছিলো, সেইটোতো নৰ্মেল ড্ৰাইভাৰহে আছিলে। অ'কে। Okay. So that's how we'll be pitching. And then when we are saying, we also will have to explain it to our customers, to our clients, right? As a digital marketer, the we will have to explain it to our clients that if they are talking marketing, then they also need to have a part, a share of the digital brand equity. They need to have a equity in the digital realm, even if it's 1%, 2% of the entire market share. So if a market is of $1 trillion, 1%, it's like a lot of money. So that's what it's what for a brand it's at stakes. So that's why people they talk about how much big a market is. Then there's brand associations and storytelling. So brand associations reflects the feelings and ideas people ascribe to a brand. These perceptions can be strategically shaped through effective storytelling that aligns with brand values. So brand associations are also brand collaborations maybe or something that is associated with the brand. Just like in Nike, the sports, the athletic the that they do is associated with the brand. And how did they build it up? They built it up using effective storytelling. That's why their advertisements that we have are mostly of athletes who are doing exercises. Maybe they are doing different sort of like activities and all those. So engaging narratives can create emotional connections, fostering loyalty and turning consumers into advocates. Turning consumers into advocates. Advocates as in who do advocacy for their brand. Just like for iPhone users, they will always defend iPhone. Like that's how the brand perception is made, and they are holding that brand perception because they are also delivering that. They are delivering security. They are delivering that, you know, what separates iPhone from others. So, for instance, brands can highlight their community impact or sustainability efforts to enhance positive associations. Perceived quality and consumer perception. Again, we are doing key elements of how to increase digital brand equity, how to increase the market share, how a brand can increase their digital presence. That they can do by increasing brand awareness, brand associations and storytelling, perceived quality and consumer perception by increasing storytelling to use increased perceived quality. Okay. Perceived quality significantly influences consumer decisions and encompasses the beliefs and impressions surrounding a product or service. Factors such as user reviews, influencer endorsements, and overall customer experiences play a crucial role in shaping their perception. Earned media, user generated content, the prosumers, the content creators, and all those. That's why even influencers are earning a lot because before it was traditional market, and then in traditional marketing, only those traditional marketing people were earning what they were earning. Now it's in the digital realm, and social media content creators and all of those also are uh, doing effective work in marketing. That's why social media is paying you, being able to pay all, like whoever are eligible for monetization and all those. So that's what is the talk of the we can say the talk of this century, the talk of this time is it's all about influencers, and like specifically Gen Z, like yours, like you all, uh, all people are interested now in like content creation, being prosumers. Or before there was only affiliate marketing. Now affiliate marketing also have like mixed up with a lot of thing with content creation and all those. So that's what is influencer endorsements, and overall customer experiences play a crucial role in shaping this perception, the brand perception. A brand's commitment to quality and responsiveness to feedback can enhance trust and reliability. There's building strategies by consistent messaging and communication. Consistent messaging and communication is important because people will reach out to you, just as if you ask me a question and if I don't reply to it, of course you will feel offended, right? You will feel that you will feel invisible. You will feel, okay, like, am I here or not? I ask a question, or like, if you, like, if say, if I call somebody, hey, if that person does not respond, then I will feel I'm not here, like I'm not present in, maybe I'm not, maybe I'm invisible or something like that. So that's why we have to do a proper channel selection, the platform wherever we can be active. We have to create our accounts in those, and then make sure that we, um, like work, we are present in those platforms so that we can do consistent messaging and communication. While we are doing communication, we also have to ensure that the brand voice, tone, and visual identity are uniform in websites, social media, and advertising. So that's what branding is about. Branding is about creating a brand voice, tone, and visual identity, the logos. And branding also is to stay consistent in communication, to use that logo in the same color, in the same maybe size, same feeling, and all those in all platforms. And also to use the same brand voice and tone. So brand voice and tone, it's like if for a hospital, um, say MMA, sports, mixed martial art, a fight club versus a hospital. A fight club will be always like, like WWF. They're like, oh, this is, do you know what The Rock is cooking and all those? The tone is very high. It's super energetic in all those. Now, a hospital cannot be, and they, 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 they should not have an energy like that. If they have an energy like that, then half of the heart patient will have the severe outcomes. They will have maybe, I don't know, like if they have to shout and scream like that, like in WWE and all, then that one will be different, right? Just like that, a baby product and uh, say a baby product and sporting a biker's product. A baby product will be, very soft, plushy kind of thing, so that we get that feeling. And a man's a biker group will have that style factor, like that energy, like that. It's not even like a fighter club energy or WWE energy. It's a different energy when it's a biking thing, a biking brand, maybe Harley Davidson, right? So the brand voice and the tone are different. So the brand that we are creating, we should have one particular voice and tone, decided voice and tone, that we should keep it uniform with all of the social media and websites. Just like that, when we are doing messaging and replying to comments, replying um, to feedbacks, so we have to be empathetic and like that. So, um, say for example, uh, earlier, nowadays it's not so prominent, or like maybe I am not following up that much. When I was younger, that was like roughly 15, 20 years back, a little bit more back than that. I am old, okay, like, so, but maybe like 20, 25 years back, when we used to see WWE. Then if a fan comes up to a WWE, then sometimes we used to see that even they used to punch them back to the fan, right? The WWE punched that star, Rock punched that fan, and then the fan is like, oh, he touched me, like that. So that is a form of communication because it's about energy. The same thing is about if it's a sumo dojo. if it's about MMA fight club and all, maybe there a pat in the back or like a punch in the bicep and all those will be like uh, will be uh, included in that brand voice and tone. Maybe it will go aligned. But then in a hospital where empathy should be and like that energy should not be at all in a baby product. You know, like think even to think about like uh, uh, that kind of energy, that kind of power in a baby product will be like I don't know that baby product would not go. No mothers will even like that baby product to even think about that baby product. It will be scary. So like that, like there should be a uniformity, and then the way that the messaging also is done should be uniform. So if you are following a very energetic brand voice when you are replying to comments, then it's good to maintain that energy so that people know that it's the same brand, like humanization that we are saying. We are creating a brand like a human will be, right? So, and hospitals will be like continuing that same consistent that that brand tone, maybe empathetic tone and all those. So consistency instills trust and reliability in customers. If you're not consistent, then people will will have doubts in the brand or in that particular product. So if it's consistent, then they will have trust and reliability, making it easier for them to recognize and engage with that brand. It also helps in reinforcing the brand's core values and mission. It's just like that, just like fickle minded people. One day you go talk to a friend, the friend is very energetic. Next day you go with that energy, and that friend is very sad. The next day you go talk to that friend, that friend is very normal. So then you're basically confused, right? What that friend is thinking, what that friend is you're like confused. So a brand should not create confusions like that. It should not be a confused brand. It should have a brand should be consistent in their messaging and communication. So that's what we are discussing: how to build strategies, how to build digital brand equity. It's about consistent messaging and communication, customer service and community building. Effective customer service is a cornerstone of building digital brand equity. You deliver a service, and then for that, you also will have to stay still for the feedback, or you're creating a product, and then that product customer has some problem, then you will have to be present there so that you give customer service, you do the servicing as well. Like for example, if you're selling a phone, then the brand has to take responsibilities of repairing the product um, if needed. So if a brand is selling, say, mm, if it's selling a small any sort of product, maybe a small toy, then they have to be there to take ownership, and not like I have given it to you, now you figure it out. That should not be. So brand should give customer service. Customer service is also there when you are creating a website for somebody, or you are doing a graphics design, or you are doing marketing for others. Even if it's a video is a plain and simple thing, right? Like we create a video, we give it to our client. Once we give it to our client, after that maybe the client might have certain problem. Maybe the video that we made, they need in another format. Maybe we gave them a MP4, maybe they need an MOV, maybe they also need like a vertical. So we have to be present. Of course, if they are paying only for that horizontal video, the first video, then we can say them that okay, for the vertical I will have to charge you a minimal this much fees, but then we will have to be there to reply to their thing, not like I have given you the video, now it's yours, so you do what you want to do, like I'm not here, I'm not available, not like that. Like uh, we have to have ownership of the product and service that we are doing, and so does a brand, and they should have effective customer service, and they should target community building. Brands should prioritize quick response times, empathy, and problem solving to enhance customer experiences. Additionally, fostering online communities through platforms such as social media groups like Adobe. They are selling software, but they have a Adobe community for all of their problems and all. So, using a different website. There's also different softwares, visual effects softwares. One was Netron. Then also Fusion also has groups like that, community building like that. So brands should create communities around their brand so that people can come together and they can have loyal customers. So that creates a sense of belonging among consumers, encouraging engagement and loyalty. These communities enable customers to share experiences and support each other, further strengthening brand ties. Then to build strategies to build digital brand equity, a brand should try to engage their customers and people in social media using user generated content. So UGC, we already have been discussing prosumers, UGC, content creation, and all those. So encouraging user generated content is an effective strategy for digital brand equity. So user generated content includes reviews, photos, and testimonials created by customers. It can be in text format or in videos, reels, which provide authentic endorsements of a brand. By initiating campaigns that invite customers to share their experiences, brands can leverage this content to boost engagement and build trust. Highlighting user generated content in marketing initiatives demonstrates appreciation for customer input and fosters a deeper connection. So, does any one of you have any question so far? Okay, there's just one now. What happened to all others?
Sir, there is no network here. We are using only Gami's laptop.
Okay, okay, okay. Okay,
Master,
that's
we are
fine as long
fine.
as you all are there to listen to my lecture. I know lectures are boring. So, does any one of you have any question, any confusion, any doubts? Okay, so once we have built up strategies, we are in that phase that we are doing for building community. We are doing a good customer service. We are doing engagements through user generated content and all those. Then, how do we maintain it? How do we strengthen it? So, value delivery and content strategy. So these all are strategies that marketing agencies and marketing people, they have to keep on doing. So like if you are thinking of creating your own brand, then it's not that once you create a post, you create an advertisement, and then you're done, you're set for your life. We'll have to keep on continuing it, keep on doing it, right? One, it will work for 2 days, 3 days for one particular product. If we have 10 products, then we will need 10 ads, or maybe we can club it into two, three ads and all those like that. So marketing is a continued um, uh, continued process. Coca-Cola is big. Everybody knows Coca-Cola, but then still we keep on seeing Coca-Cola ads. It's not that if they stop doing those ads, then their brand equity will be taken over by some other brands. So that's what the competitiveness is about. So when we have a brand equity, we can strengthen it with value delivery and content strategy. So we should create informative and entertaining content. And that's what we are doing in content marketing as well. We are creating content. We are telling about us. We are, talking about us, repeating, doing new things, just like Red Bull. Like Red Bull is an energy drink company, but then their advertisements are all about adventure sports. They are jumping out of plane without parachute. They are doing all of those crazy stuff with monster trucks and all those like Red Bull, the brand. So then they are coming up with the tagline uh, that gives you wings. So that's what it's like, entertaining content that addresses customer needs and interests. For different brand, it'll be different. So this not only positions the brand as an authority in its fields, but also fosters engagement and loyalty. A well-planned content strategy that aligns with consumer insights can significantly improve brand visibility and consumer perception. Now, when I am talking about perception, consumer perception, the brand visibility, for example, uh, you as students, if you try to make a logo, then your logo will be a logo will be, say, it will be how much can you sell a logo for? You'll be able to sell a logo for, I'm looking at the value of a logo. When you are creating as a good graphic designer, maybe you can create a very good logo, but then that logo, the value that it will have will be as an art. You're creating a very good art, like a very good logo. That value will have maybe 1,000 shillings, maybe 5,000 shillings, maybe 10,000 shillings, right? And how can we do value addition onto that logo? A logo can be within that range itself, one to maybe even lower than that. Some people will also ask to do it for free because there are lots of logo generators online, and then AI also nowadays they do logo. So how do you create value? You create value by giving what the customer needs. So a logo can be that much price, but then a brand, when you are creating a brand, a visual identity, when as soon as you're saying visual identity is the same thing, you're delivering a logo itself, but then with that um, you are also telling the customer, telling the brand owner that what you have visualized for that particular brand. So that adds value to that brand. So it's just this communication which is doing value add. So when you are doing branding, of course, there's the collateral increases. Maybe you do include visiting card, you include flyers, letterheads, and all those in the deliverables. But when you're doing a logo, it's priced at 1,000 to 2,000, 3,000 shillings. And then when you are doing a brand, that can increase if you're adding up value. Just like that, when you are doing marketing, then that marketing also, if you're doing marketing, if you're doing social media post, then that post you guys are doing it for free for yourself, right? Like everyone is doing for free. So why should a brand pay you money to do social media? Because the way that you are presenting it, and then the way that you have envisioned what you are planning, the roadmap, so that one has value. Posting does not has value. You create a design, you post it. That one does not have a value. Doing it repeatedly in a roadmap, in a strategical way, that has value. So a well-planned content strategy that aligns with consumer insights can significantly improve brand visibility and consumer perceptions. Transparency in issues and mistakes. So when we are doing some fault, it's better to be transparent about it and not try to hide it. So because before, maybe when the communication was one way, people did not have any means of communicating with each other. If I did a mistake, if a multinational company, if they did a mistake in some one country, they can just try to suppress it, just try to hide it. People won't know like that. But uh, nowadays communication is so fast and so effective that it's better to be transparent. That's what is happening in governance, in government sector, in many of the places nowadays. Even government also are there in social media. They are doing they are PR there in social media itself, and there also for government when they are running their campaigns, they have to be transparent in issues and mistakes. Just like that, even in brands, when there's issues and mistake, it's good to be transparent. They are doing, brands should give effective customer service, and they should be transparent in issues and mistakes. Brands should openly address any mistakes or issues, acknowledging them without deflecting blame. They should claim ownership also of the problem. This fosters trust and demonstrates accountability. By showing they value customer feedback and are committed to improvement, brands can mitigate negative sentiment and turn challenging situations into opportunities. User generated content, it's about, we are talking about uh, how to do good, share the good, so that people will talk good, and then the brand will become big. uh, all those reviews can make or break a brand. So if there are problems, if there are mistakes, then it's good to openly accept that mistake, and then to, to take, claim ownership of that. Again, this one is like the moral thing. It's like humanization of the facts and of brands, and like that, when a brand does, then that can mitigate, that can omit negative sentiment, that can help them not build up negative sentiment, and turn challenging situations into opportunities. So that's what the benefit of doubt is. Like the example that we saw in yesterday's class, it was about that the jacket which did not turn out to be waterproof. That was a challenging situation, but then North Face delivered the jacket on time at the right moment, using even helicopters and all. So one jacket, they did not saw the cost of one jacket. They looked at the value of the brand impression. One video which went people perception and all those. So that's what we are trying to look at in this digital marketing class. It's not just creating post and then posting it. And that's why also these all lecture classes are like important, because that's where we are discussing at the value additions that we are doing in the posts that we are creating. So it's not just doing social media, creating reel, posting it. So that's to build stronger relationships. Celebrating loyal customers publicly. So celebrating and recognizing loyal customers, like in Facebook, there's the top fan badges that they give. If you're on Facebook, then I'm sure even Instagram also will have some features like that. But, so in different forums, like in Adobe forums, there are the moderators, then they have levels of what we do. If you give reviews in Google, then you will see you get points for giving reviews. So then you are grading up like that. And then they also give uh, certain notifications and certain feedbacks when you have like your reviews are being watched and all those. So that feels like it feels good, even if it does not give anything. It just adds value to that person. And then the brand perception increases. So we have to find out ways of how we can celebrate loyal customers publicly. Maybe we do posts for them. Maybe um, we do shout outs for them and all those. Maybe we also give them gift hampers and all those. So public acknowledgement enhances the community feel and motivates customers to share the positive experiences. Then there are monitoring tools. Tools for brand health monitoring. Google Alerts was one. Brand Watch is one. Mention is another. So there are different websites. In this course, we are not going through any of the brand health monitoring this the softwares, but just know that for monitoring tools, we have the monitoring tools because we'll be doing Google Analytics and how to post our posts effectively and how to create campaigns. So if you ever have to need for bigger brands, then these are some of it. And of course, we have Google. Then you can just search in Google. So there's Brand Watch, Google Alerts, Mention can provide valuable insights into brand mentions and customer sentiments of what people are looking at. And just to give you a rough of how these websites they look. So even they are calling themselves most intelligent social suit. If you remember online value proposition OVP, we did a assignment on that. So brand watch, the most intelligent social suit. We know that it's a social suit, so they will have even like posting and all those, and then basically they will have metrics. So the analytics that we are talking. So they will have analytics, where in the analytics they will have maybe nowadays those are done by AI. So AI will suggest them improvements and then tell like if they are analyzes the quality, the price, the delivery, and all those. So basically, all of these websites are more mm, personalized personalized analysis of the data. Google analysis and the insights that we are seeing, it have everything. So we will need somebody who does data analysis and to tell us what is what. These all websites are websites which they just sort of will tell you what is where and all those, and how much popular that is, how much like all of those metrics are there. So regularly monitoring these metrics helps brand understand their public perception and identify areas for improvement. Accurate tracking of brand health indicators is vital for timely and informed decision making. So when we are doing any campaign, we are doing ad run, then we have to regularly monitor it, and then we have to use those metrics so that we can, uh, enhance whatever we were doing. And we can identify the areas for improvement. Maybe we need another campaign, maybe we need better content, maybe we need another system. Like maybe we were doing a campaign for ads, maybe we were like sales, sorry. Then when we do the ad, then we know, okay, we don't need that sales campaign, maybe we need awareness campaign. And then we pause that campaign and then we go and create another campaign, because it's money at the end of the day. So it's importance of social listening. Social listening is an integral part of maintaining digital brand equity. So social listening, it's like what people are talking about you in the social media. So websites like Brandwatch and all those, so they do it more effectively. And social listening, if we have to uh, analyze it from Google Analytics or the Facebook Meta Insights, then we will have to know it from by going through how much engagements our posts are getting, how much reach we are getting, how much this we are getting, then we will have to calculate it ourselves. But these websites, they will do it by themselves. Of course, there's a pricing involved. So our suit plans, so they will have plans. There will be pricing involved, and then consumer intelligence, social media management, influencer marketing. Now, marketing is a big part of brands, brand building. So by analyzing conversations surrounding the brand on social media and other online platforms, brand can gain insights into customer preferences, sentiment, and emerging trends. This proactive approach allows brands to respond effectively to customer needs and adjust their strategies accordingly, ensuring relevance and engagement. It's also like giving an effective feedback. So it's also like the example of the king, what's happening in his kingdom. If he tries to listen to that, it's also like listen to learn, learn to listen, and all those. It's about also about the observation skills of how observant you are of what's happening in and around you. The analyzing brand sentiment. So once we do social listening, then we analyze the brand sentiment. These tools, they do it effectively for us, and if not, then we do it from Google Analytics, we do it from Meta Insights, even TikTok also will have insights. So analyzing brand sentiment involves evaluating consumer feedback and perceptions regarding the brand. Tools like aggregate reviews, social media comments, and survey responses can provide a comprehensive view of overall state sentiment. So we can also go and then we can read through social media comments, or we can use AI nowadays to do it for us. To understand brand sentiment enables brand to address negative feedback, strengthen positive associations, and adapt their strategies. And the goal is to enhance customer satisfaction, customer experience, and satisfaction. So this is how we can create a digital brand equity. Basically, it's about creating digital presence. It can be for your own profile, for your personal branding, or it can be for your service brand or your product branding, or it can also be for a big brand branding. If you're doing like your own thing, you're working as self-employed, you work as a freelancer, or you work as a salaried person in some XYZ company, and you're in charge of their marketing, then you will be doing these activities. So, in conclusion, building and maintaining strong digital brand equity is crucial for long-term success in modern marketplace. It's about keeping up that digital presence, being present in the digital medium by focusing on consistent messaging, customer engagement, and strategic value delivery. Brands can foster loyalty and trust. With strategic value delivery, the content marketing, I am almost repeating these things in all of this class because content marketing is content is king. That's what they are saying. Social media, the backbone is content. And then when we are doing content, yes, since now it's new, that's why Gen Z, all the content of any sort are gaining momentum. But then they are not going to last for long. So now maybe we are looking at, like content of all sorts, like not like of any value. Like when YouTube first came up, there were videos of how to cross a road. Like in this world, mm, um, almost all people they know how to cross a road. We don't need to like tell them. So that was a video, and then how to cross a road, and then that had lots of people watching those videos. And then there were content creators who were doing very rubbish content, uh, nonsensical content, and then their content were like being seen, but then there was no value delivery in those. Now internet is being used for many different things. Yes, those are that are entertaining, are gaining momentum. The nonsensical are, yes, they are there, but if they are doing it in a entertaining way, only then people are accepting it. If the video is bad quality, it's very poor quality, then nobody watches those videos. Only those people who have lots of anger in them, they go to those videos to trash and then to nag and then to to talk bad about those videos. They just go there and comment. For me, I don't understand why. But then there's a certain kind of people. But then even that also, it's like people are getting bored of all of this. So the value should be there in content delivery. So content marketing, content is king, and there should be a strategic value delivery. So to remember, it's very simple. Consistent messaging, have to reply, have to take ownership of your fault, have to give feedbacks, have to take feedbacks as well, customer engagement, and that's how you engage your customers by communicating, two-way communication, and strategic value delivery. You have to deliver a value, not just somebody asks you to create a logo, you just create the logo, you give it to him. You give it to give a PNG to him. You give a AI file to him. So like Illustrator AI file. But if you give that file to him and then you tell him, this is what will go in your profile picture, this is a transparent, you can use it for any other places. This one is the raw file, keep it, you might need it in future if somebody else works on and you need minute changes. So thus detailing provides value to your delivery, not just zipping it up and then like creating a zip, put it there and just send it to them. I'm done with my work. Like that does not makes up nowadays. So by consistent messaging, customer engagement, and strategic value delivery, brands can foster loyalty and trust. There's monitoring tools which can help us do that, like listen how the people are talking about us in the social media, and brands should embrace transparency. They should be responsive to consumer needs, and this all will ultimately lead to sustained growth and a positive brand reputation. So, with brand reputation, brand equity, the brand share of the digital world will increase. So people will recognize that brand more. They will trust that brand more, and whatever the brand is trying to sell will be more easy to sell it to people if they have that impression. So it's all about creating impression and creating an effective digital presence. Yes. So does any one of you have any question? Mariam, I see you came in a little late. Do you have any question? Or are you in class still?